What's up, guys, and happy Battlefield 1 week. I'm sure you guys have been playing it for hours and hours since it came out last week Friday. I wanted to count down my top 5 favorite things about Battlefield 1, so let's kick off my list. So my first favorite thing about the brand new Battlefield game is the tank gameplay. You guys get to experience this in multiplayer as well as in the short campaign called Through Mud and Blood. For those of you that have finished that short campaign, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Controlling that MKV tank is an absolute blast. Driving a tank in Battlefield 1 feels like all the best parts of the movie Fury. You actually feel like the tank's an extension of your very being. There have always been tanks in the Battlefield series, but there's something about driving a World War I MKV British tank that just feels so damn raw. I'm so glad they included it in the single player, and obviously I expected it to be back in multiplayer, which it is, so I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Next up, and it's another vehicle in the game, except this time it takes the battle to the clouds in the form of dogfighting. Flying F-18 jets in previous Battlefield games was a lot of fun, but strip away the heat-seeking missiles and the afterburners and just have nothing but you, the plane, and a 50 cal machine gun, and you'll see how much skill these pilots actually needed back in World War I. The armor on planes back in World War I was equivalent to that of a tea cozy, so it makes flying in the sky avoiding enemy fire that much more exhilarating. If you fancy yourself a bit of a Red Baron, you need to get up into the skies right now. Next up, and how can I not mention the visuals in Battlefield 1? Take a look, they are absolutely jaw-dropping. When I played Battlefront, I thought that was probably one of the best looking games I had ever seen, and I thought it'd be a good year or two before something rivaled it. Well, alas, here we are a year later, and Battlefield 1 absolutely crushes the visuals in Battlefront. Don't even get me started on the audio in this game. The sound mixing is so good, it's worth buying a high-end pair of earphones just to enjoy it the way it's meant to be enjoyed. Next up, and we have the war stories, and it's something that I didn't think would actually work, but after finishing all 6 short stories, I can tell you now that I hope future Battlefield games incorporate a similar technique where you can see all different aspects of the war from different perspectives. Every single war story is well thought out, highly polished, and has very memorable characters, so make sure you check it out before putting a ton of hours into the multiplayer. And my number one absolute favorite thing about Battlefield 1 has to be the brand new Operations mode in multiplayer. How they haven't included this mode in previous Battlefields blows my mind, because it's probably one of the funnest modes they have ever introduced, if not the funnest. Basically, you play out war scenarios and you get several attempts to try and take down certain objectives. It actually feels like a single player campaign, but obviously with tons of multiplayer components. I think Operations mode is where most Battlefield 1 players will spend all their time, and I can't blame them. It's an absolute blast. In fact, the second I finish this recording, I'm going to jump right back in and play it some more. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top favorite things about Battlefield 1. I hope you guys have got it. If you haven't got it, go get it, and I'll check y'all on the battlefield.